Hey, Neil. Out of all the child stars, you actually grew up to be like a handsome guy, like you at least like Leave It a Beaver.
Jerry Mathers. Yeah, he's kind of strict. Should I just sit anywhere?
Sit anywhere you want. Jerry Mathers was a friggin' mess.
Hey.
All the guys. I understand you're a listener of this.
I am a listener, and I have DirecTV, so I can't watch Howard TV.
Right. Well,
so I don't have any visual reference to anyone here, so it's kind of bizarre to see.
You're missing all the fun. Howard TV's half the experience.
Now, why is it that you don't have cable?
No, I have DirecTV, so I have tons of the channels. I just don't have digital cable in L.A.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
I would love to, believe me, because I don't know what Eric the Midget looks like, or what Blue Iris looks like. I created this world in my mind of what this
You're better off. Leave it in your mind. What do you think Eric the Midget looks like?
I imagine very little hair, like glasses, maybe.
He dyes his hair, actually.
What color?
It's a strange color.
Red or
Do we have a picture of Eric the Midget?
Oh, I don't know if I even want to see
No,
it.
you should see it.
It's gonna ruin my world.
It might actually make you weep.
Oh, no.
Here is Eric the Midget.
There he is.
Wow, I didn't expect that.
That's him in the middle. Yeah, the two guys kissing him are Sal and Richard, but and the blushy foreheaded guy.
Oh, wow.
Eric the Midget, yes.
Yeah, it's sadder than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always is.
The visual actually is sad.
It's hard to talk to him when you're looking at him.
There's an element of terror in his eyes.
It's hard to viciously make fun of him when you're looking at him.
You've never seen Blue Iris either.
I never
There's Eric.
Wow, interesting.
Of Eric, yes.
He dyes his hair himself. What about Blue Iris? Do you have a picture of Blue Iris for Neil?
So funny.
All right, here
Or
we go.
did you erase them all?
Wow, what a nice studio this is.
Not bad. You thought it was going to be a dump, didn't you?
I forget that it's on TV, so it's well lit.
It's a television.
Very colorful.
As well, that's Benji over there.
Where's Fred? Is he around?
Fred's right. Fred just went up to the bed.
Oh, Fred left.
Fred leaves.
Most underrated man.
Yeah.
He is.
He is. Up there's Blue Iris.
Where?
Yeah, right there.
You're joking.
No.
That's her.
You look younger.
She looks like a man.
She looks like a young man.
No way.
Yeah, that's Blue Iris.
I pictured like 30 years older.
Neil, it's blue.
Well, that actually, she looks a lot younger in that.
There's urine in my feet. Otherwise, I'd be there.
There's Fred. Neil, right
Hey,
there.
Fred, how are you, man? Nice to see you.
It's pretty scary, huh? Wow. Fred, isn't it?
Behind me like that. That's weird.
Yeah. Stay on your guard. So, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Your parents push you into acting when you get that role on Doogie Howser? You must have had the showbiz parents, right?
No, actually quite the opposite.
What do you mean?
I grew up in small town New Mexico, and I went to a week-long drama camp at New Mexico State, and the guy that was in charge of it, Mark Medoff, is a playwright, and he had written this movie called Clara's Heart, and it was starring Whoopi Goldberg, and the opposite co-star was supposed to be some little kid that was raised upper crust-like, and she became his nanny.
Oh.
And so he thought I'd be right for it, so he talked to my parents, and they're both attorneys in small town New Mexico, and were very reticent about the whole thing.
Do they move out to L.A. with you or something? Is that
They
the plan?
did. Yeah, well, yeah, we thought it was more important to be together sort of as a family unit than it was to split us up.
You have
until
brothers
I
and
turned-
sisters?
Yeah, one older brother, Chris, 3 years older.
Is he an actor?
No, he's not.
And so you get the shot on Doogie Howser, and how long did that show air?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
And highly successful. I mean, I loved that show. That
Thanks.
was a great show.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
a
a
huge
nice
fan
show.
of it.
It was not like a sitcom. It was one camera filmed. That was Stephen Bochco, so he did L.A. Law and Hill Street Blues.
And do they sign you up for a small amount of money because you're an unknown? Do they sign you to a contract that's minuscule?
Well, shoot, for a little kid from Ruidoso, New Mexico, it sure wasn't minuscule.
Did you have enough money after that show that you really didn't have to work the rest of your life?
Not the rest of my life, no.
But you
But a
had
lot of it went into a trust that I could get once I turned 18. And my parents were very conscious of not spending it. They're actually really amazing.
No horrible story of your parents taking a salary for themselves out of that money and bleeding the thing dry.
You didn't have to emancipate yourself.
No, I didn't. But they had to sort of uproot their lives to come to L.A. so that we could all be together. Which
But are their lives really that important? You were on TV. Your life became most important, didn't
Well,
it?
they're your parents, so, you know,
I mean, screw them.
it does make a unique dynamic where
I
you're
see.
having to, you know, your parents have to be within 50 feet of you when you're 16 or 15 on set
Right.
by labor law standards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And yet everyone thinks that the stage parents are kind of creepy, so no one talks to them, but they're required to be there. So it's tough for them, and then yeah, they're not working, so they're with me. So they had to they sort of took a salary that they didn't really want to take, but they had bills to pay, and they were there because of me. So it was a strange dynamic for a while, honestly.
It's really weird, too. So then, like, you kind of disappeared after Doogie Howser. I didn't hear about you for a long time.
I did a slew of awkward television movies.
Right. Yeah, it was kind of like you just kind of, I figured you'd fade off into the distance.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, How I Met Your Mother came out, and you were really good at
Thanks, dude.
And,
Well, you don't go to Broadway. He did some Broadway
Yeah.
shows.
yeah, but
Flash
who gives a
forward
shit
is
about
pretty-
that? Honestly, that's like not even being in show business.
Broadway's cool, though. It forces you as a person to like, stretch out and try and figure stuff out.
Listen, I'm sure there's something to it. I don't know.
Growing up on camera's string.
What did you do on Broadway? Did you...
I did Proof.
Proof.
I did Cabaret.
I've heard of that.
I did Assassins recently.
Yes.
Those are the
So
big
you
three.
were able to memorize lines and do this acting. So you were good at it. And you had to prove something because most child actors cannot make the transition into adulthood acting. Isn't that true?
I suppose so.
There's
I
few.
wonder why what that equation
Because
is.
most of the kids grow up ugly.
You think it's that the physical?
Cute kid. Look, what's that kid? Mason Reese. There was no cuter kid than that. I'm going
From
back
what?
now a long time
He
ago.
was a
did-
commercial
He was in the
kid.
commercial
The
Oscar Mayer.
Oh, yeah.
He's a great guy, I know.
Didn't he shoot someone?
No,
Never did shoot. Wanted to, I'm sure, but never
He's
did.
got a lot of anger.
No, he's a nice guy. He's a real nice guy, but it didn't happen for him. Beaver being the example.
Sure.
All these guys. The kid from Wonder Years.
Yeah.
Fred?
He looks odd.
He's trying. He's
Danny
trying.
Bonaducci.
Even this kid who's in the movies, the Lord of the Rings.
Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood. Looks strange a little bit.
And the most,
yes.
Macaulay
Hold
Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin.
Talk about that
But
for
he's
us.
sort of growing up. I mean, it's hard because when you're a little...
growing up.
Sort of growing up. He's 90 years old.
Oh, wait, someone wants to say hi to you. Yes, Eric.
Good morning.
Quickly, say hi to Neil.
Hi, Neil. How
Hey,
you doing?
good morning, Eric.
Turns
I'm
out
well, thanks.
Neil is a fan of yours, but was quite shocked to see the visual.
Yeah, I have no visual perspective on you at all until just recently. Did you make the short film? Did you make the movie?
You know that Eric...
No, I have
No.
not.
No.
The writer's strike slowed down production.
No, he didn't make the
course
movie
it
yet. I'm waiting for that movie script. He has not made that yet. But, it's funny with Eric. He probably wants a shot on How I Met Your Mother.
Yes.
There he is.
Wow.
There he
We can
is.
see him live via cam.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Interesting hand.
I could be your wingman.
Eric, is that a new hair color?
Yeah.
I just had it colored, yeah.
All right. Eric, go ahead. I'm sure you want a job on How I Met Your Mother. Is that correct?
Well, I was calling in because I heard it